Good morning, everyone. Good morning. As you guys make your way on, please make sure that you like the video, give it a heart or a thumbs up, whatever option that there is available. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to the channel and turn on your bell notifications. Also, share the video and give the video a thumbs up. If you're tuning in from Facebook, follow the TeamAlliance page on Facebook. Also give the video a heart and also share the video. And on Twitter, retweet, give the video a heart, all of that stuff. All right. I'm going to do some brief distribution just to push this out a little more so people know that I'm live. All right. Good morning. I see Sadiq in the building. I see SG. Melanie's here. BCJ is here. Walker, Kashif. All right. Y'all are funny. Sadiq celebrating because he beat Melody here first. That is hilarious. Little TA family competition. That's nice. He really celebrating his win too. That's what's funny. All right, so this is coffee and charts, man. Y'all know what it is. Coffee and charts. So I'm actually about to go get my cup right now so we can get into some observation. See what this market is looking like today. Okay, we good there. I need to push this out to one more group. And then I'm gonna go warm up this coffee. All right. As you guys come on, again, make sure that you share the video, whatever platform that you're tuning in from. Give the video a heart or a thumbs up, whatever option is available. If you're tuning in on YouTube, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, be sure to do that right now and to turn on your bell notifications. Same thing if you're tuning in on Facebook, follow the TeamAlliance page and also heart and share the video. Twitter, retweet, like, and share the video. And also, if you're not in the public TeamAlliance Facebook group, make sure that you join that as well, because I post in there when I'm live also. So even if you don't get a notification from platform that you're used to getting it from for whatever reason, because you're in the group, you will get a notification no matter what. All right. All right, man. Let me go get my coffee. I'll be right back. All right, we all set. We are all set. Good morning, Nico, Jay Carly, Orion, Champion, and Mo in the building. All right. I found me some peaches too, man. I had the fridge. I forgot I had these in there. This right here. Look at this. What you know about this? What you know about that? Man, yeah, I'm gonna crack that too in a little while. Delicious. Yeah, I don't mess with every cup of peaches, but that one is good. All right, so go ahead and take a look at this market real quick. See what it be looking like. What's the deal? You drinking Bustelo? You're gonna be up all day. Gonna be up till tomorrow. Key, what's going on? All right, so let's get into some observation. Tracy, good morning. Good morning. Um, Wait, what happened to my? Where is it? Oh, it is. All right. All right. Let's see what this market is looking like. So pretty much off the rip, when I got up this morning and started observing a little bit, I saw one instance of the market um, creating a barrier. It was very short lived because right after that, it began to move around and started accelerating and moving with more speed, and that was kind of it. Since then, I've been glancing at it and I haven't seen it doing too much as far as RCB. And for anyone new to the live, or new to the channel, new to TeamAlliance, what you're looking at on the platform, or I should say what you're looking at on the screen, is a platform that we use called NADEX. NADEX makes it possible for us to utilize our ability to interpret and understand the movement of the market, and then use that information and apply the information directly to the instrument on the platform that we use to trade, which is called a binary option. And to be more specific, we're trading 5-minute, or I should say the underlying market that we're watching is the euro dollar, right? The euro dollar is a market in Forex. And on NADEX, the underlying market is the market that the binaries are based on. So yes, we're trading binaries. And yellow have sound? Peter's saying he don't have sound. Peter's probably you. I think that we got sound. Unless somebody else says it too. Can yellow hear me? I don't want to be talking and there ain't no sound coming through. I know there's a delay on here for real. Let me check and see if I have sound here. Check, check. Yeah, it looks like sound is working. Sound check good? Okay. All right, so that's Peter. All right, so Peter, he'll get it straight. So NADEX makes it possible with these binaries for us to utilize the underlying Forex market of choice. And as a matter of fact, on this platform, there are, I want to say 7, but let me just go in so I can actually get the exact number and be accurate. But the 5-minute binaries, what is it 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. 7 markets. So you have the Aussie dollar, the euro dollar, the pound dollar, the dollar yen, the euro yen, the pound yen, and the USD CAD. So these are 7 Forex markets. You can even see right here where it says Forex. These are the markets that the binaries are based on. Now, the binaries make it possible for us to look at these markets. And the one I'm looking at in particular is the euro dollar, as you can see from up here, right? The binaries make it possible for us to be able to look at the market and then utilize this instrument to trade with a simple decision. Let me zoom in a little bit here so I can kind of show you what I'm talking about. Now, this box is something that I drew on the chart, this green box. And basically, just to simplify what you're looking at so that you understand what you're looking at, the box is simply showing the area between the 2 strike prices on the top and on the bottom that are relevant. So there's a strike price here at the bottom, and then there's a strike price here at the top. The bottom of this box is the bottom strike price. The top of the box is the top strike price. The blue and the red candles are the market moving around. right? So if you look at where I have the box positioned, you see how the candles were, or still are, inside of the box. If the candles are inside the box, that means that the market is in between the top strike and the bottom strike. Okay, it's in between because the candle's in the box, and the box represents the top and the bottom strike. Now, the strike price is the actual level in the market where the option is positioned. So, for example, where the market is right now, which is at 2049, the platform is going to use where the market is to populate where the lines are. So like you'll see the lines move around. They'll shift and they'll either reposition themselves slightly or they might reposition themselves altogether depending on where the market goes. So because of where the market is right now, that's why you have the lines where they are right now. Okay. The strike prices represent lines, like levels, lines in the sand, and they're positioned like a ladder. So if you look at it and you look at the numbers, that's how the numbers look. Like for example, here you got 2049, up here is 2053, down here is 2045, so on and so forth. If you look at the distance between each one of them, the distance is 4. So for example, 2049, if you add 4 to that, to the last digit, you're going to have 2053. If you take 4 away from that, you're going to have 2045. So you can see that the distance is 4 between the strikes currently. And what that is letting you know is that there's 4 pips of distance between the strike prices currently, right? And what that means is that the distance between the levels in the market are separated by 4 pips at this time, right? The market is moving in the meantime. You can see the candles. Look at the blue and the red candles. Some of them are long, some of them are short. That's the market moving. And the way that you capitalize with these binaries is very simple. The box helps you to visually understand what I'm going to say. Let's say that you are selling this option here where my mouse is. If you're selling this, that means that the candles have to end up inside the box. As long as the candles are inside the box, or they can even go down all the way through the bottom of the box, as long as it is underneath the top of this box, it means that the market is underneath this line. Are you finished? Jesus. As long as the market is underneath this line, when the clock runs out, then that means that you're going to win that option because these are 5-minute binaries. So as soon as the clock runs out, wherever the market is positioned, that will determine whether or not you win or you lose the trade that you selected. So in other words, whatever option you selected, the market just would have to be positioned properly relative to that option, relative to that line, because each line represents a different option, right? So once you begin to understand how the market moves, now you can take that information, and when you apply it on the platform with these instruments, you can capitalize because of what you know about the market. See? So the reason that I'm breaking it down like this is because this is how you should understand the way that NADEX works, the way that binaries work. if you notice, I'm not really digging into detail about the option. Like I'm not talking about option pricing and, oh, well, you can get a better pricing. This represents that much, that you're going to make on the trade. I'm not talking about that first because that's not the most important part. The most important part is understanding how the market's moving and actually being accurate with what you see in the market so that you understand the movement and you'll know where the market will be positioned when that clock runs out. So in other words, you're learning how to win trades before you even understand how to trade. And the reason that I teach that way is because it doesn't matter if you understand how to place a trade if you're losing. So like people will, they'll try to learn that part first, and they don't understand how to even avoid losing the trades to begin with. They're trying to figure out how to be able to just get on the platform and trade all day. So because they go that route first, they don't ever take the time to actually understand the market. And that'll be the reason that people will come on the platform and they start losing. So what's even worse than just losing outright is winning and losing. Like you winning some, not understanding why you actually won, and then losing some and not understanding why you lost. You see? So if you don't actually take the time to understand the market, you don't know why you're winning or losing. And if you don't understand either one, you have a serious problem because it means that you can't avoid the losing part. You see what I'm saying? And if you can't avoid the losing part, then this is not going to be something that's successful for you. And that's what most people experience. But again, the majority of people are learning it backwards. They're learning about trading first, when being successful has nothing to do with trading yet. It has to do with you understanding the market first. Like you see how the market moves, you see how the candles are moving, you see how right now the candles are inside the box. You're learning, when you do it properly, how to understand, well, why are the candles in the box and staying in the box? Why are the candles positioned in the box and they're not going outside the box? You see, it's a different question and it's a different answer altogether. Not, oh, is this a good trade, Mark? Hey, Mark, I see that. You think I should place a sell right there? You think the market's going to go down? See, that's how most people are trained and conditioned to think and even ask questions because, that's kind of how like the industry is kind of set up as far as information goes. And that's why I don't talk like that, because I don't want you to even develop the bad habit of talking like that. Like, don't even ask those questions because those are trade questions. You want to learn how to ask market questions. Right now, just looking at what I'm showing you on the platform, a question like, I see the candles are in the box. I see the candles are staying in the box. Wonder why they staying in the box. See, that's a market question. Not, oh, I see, this right here is set up for a sell. Mark, you think is that too much time left on the clock? How much time should there be left on the clock before I take it? That's a trade question because you want to know, should I take this trade now? And if I win, I'm gonna make some money. Versus, let me look at the market and see what it actually is doing to see if it would make sense to even be in a trade at this time. Oh, look at how the market's moving. It's actually staying in the box. Look at how the market is moving. It's actually moving smoothly. See, those are market questions. So if you just take the time, and this goes for anyone that may be on the platform, you may not be on the platform. I don't know. If you take the time to read position your thought process, you'll actually begin to have success when you trade, because you're going to shift out of trade mode, which is where most people are. Most people are in trade mode. I need a strategy. You know what I'm saying? I need a way, a way to win, and I want it to be high win rate, 85%, 90%. Yeah, let's go. I don't care if your win rate is 95%, 99%. The fact that there's a percentage of the time that you're losing and you don't know when it's going to be has you at the disadvantage, because now everything that you'll do naturally, because make no mistake about it. First of all, check this out, right? If you know that you're gonna win 99% of your trades, meaning that every out of 100 trades you're gonna win 99, you're only gonna lose one, right? If you know beforehand you're gonna lose one trade, you're gonna trade, because in your mind you're like, well, I'm winning 99 of my trades regardless, so I don't care about the one loss. The problem with that is that you're overtrade. See, you're going to overtrade. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. If I tell you or give you a way to win 99% of your trades, you trading automatically way more than you're supposed to be. And that's going to be the problem, because you're taking so many trades that you're increasing the chances of getting to the one trade that loses. You see? So even though 99 of your trades are winning out of 100, the one trade that you're going to lose is going to happen more often because you're going to overtrade. So now you increase the chances of you losing because you don't even have the mindset part first. You haven't developed discipline. You haven't developed patience. You're excited about all of the stuff that in your mind is going on, right? And in your mind, you're like, well, I'm winning 99 out of my trades regardless. So it causes you to be emotional about that. And now because you're emotional, now your greed kicks in. And when your greed kicks in, that's when you overtrade. And when you overtrade, that's how you get to that one loss faster. See? So regardless of what, the mindset is probably, not even probably, the mindset is the most important part of the skill set that you develop in trading. And this is why when you start asking the market questions, the market keeps you in line, because the market will prevent you from just being in trade mode. You're not thinking about trades all the time. You're thinking about, is the time right for me to even be in a trade? Meaning, is the market stable? How does the market look? How is it moving? Is it holding its position? Is it maintaining its position? Is it remaining above or below? Is it staying in the box? You see, those are market questions. And if you redirect your focus on that part instead of thinking about trades all the time, that's how you'll win trades, because you're learning how to see the market so that you'll know when the right time is now to be in a trade, instead of looking for a trade, hoping that the market stays, hoping that the market moves above or below. You see what I'm saying? You don't want to ever be in a position where your trades are based on a prediction or hope. That's not how that we don't want to trade like that. We can't do anything with hope. Oh man, I hope this one wins. You're hoping instead of seeing the market and knowing. And there's a difference. There's a difference. So I like to talk about, you know, how NADEX is set up, because this platform is so powerful. You know, when you understand the market, you take the time to learn and understand the market first, instead of trying to figure out, how to find some trading strategy, some magical way of getting into trades and winning, which does not exist. See, and this is another thing too about the way that people will interpret what I'm saying. They're like, well, Mark, nobody's perfect. You can't win all your trades. Well, you're right. The way that you trade, you can't win all your trades. You are absolutely correct about that. And that's exactly why I don't trade the way that you trade. See, like when I flip it around like that, it makes them think because they're like, well, what do you mean by that? You know what I mean by that. The reason that you're saying that you can't win them all is because of the way that you are engaging in the market. You're not looking at the market. You're looking at your trades. You're looking at how you're entering your trades. Oh, let me see if I can get into this one. Oh, let me see if I can catch this one. If you ever hear somebody say, yeah, well, I caught some good trades, catch is letting you know that they're chasing. Just think about that. Listen to the words. You catch something that you're chasing. I'm about to catch you. That means you got to go chase it to catch it. So anyone that's catching trades, they're chasing the market. And you can't catch the market. And see, it's so interesting how everything always ties back to what we know already about the market. It's all about stability and instability in the market. The folks that have the hardest time trading are the ones that don't realize that stability is a thing. They don't realize that instability is a thing. They just think that the market just does random stuff. They just think that the market just, takes your money. Oh, market is, they cheat. They're watching, and anytime I'm trading, it's like they're watching my account. Nobody's watching your account. The market don't even know that you're there. Nobody controls the market. The market does do what it wants. But the problem is that you don't understand that there is a foundational, inherent principle involved with the market. It's called stability. It's called instability. It's just like in the physical world. In physics, thank you. In physics, um, if something is not stable, how does it move? Just think about that. Just like if I had something right now sitting on here and it's wobbling. It's like if it's wobbling and doing this, it ain't stable. If it's just here stationary, not moving, or if I move it and it stays there, if I move it this way, it stays there. Wherever I move it to, it stays. It's stable. But if I touch it like this and it's doing this, it's not stable. This is physical. We talking about physics. That same thing applies with the market. The market is physics because it's based on how we see everything that goes on. We physically press the button and trade and move money and do whatever we're doing collectively because collectively human beings make up the market. So the same way the market moves, it reflects exactly what people are doing at the time. If people are all over the place doing different things and one institution has a computer program running for sales, another institution has a computer program running for buys, is creating volatility, market going back and forth, up and down, right? If there's more volume at the time, meaning that, okay, we're going to trade more shares at the time, or we're going to trade more contracts or more lots, like depending on the market. If there's more volume coming in, it increases the volatility because there's more trades going on. So it's more back and forth, more distance, bigger moves. It's reflecting what people are doing. This is what the market is. So when you sit down and you just observe the market, you're literally seeing what people are doing right now. And it's the same principle. There will be more stability in the market when there's less back and forth, meaning, well, there's actually way more people that are buying than selling. You'll see the market go up and it won't be interrupted. It won't go up and come back. It'll just be going up. Everywhere it goes, it stays there. It goes here, it stays. Goes there, stays. Why is it doing that? Well, because the order flow is different, because there's way more buy orders than there are sell orders. There are way more people buying right now than there are people selling. That right there becomes the movement that you see in the market. So when there's way more of one side doing something, it creates stability in the movement. So you see how all of this transcends into the market? It's all based on what human beings are doing. Whether we're doing it physically ourselves by pressing a button, or whether we're doing it through automated computer programs that are running, like pension funds and mutual funds and all these different institutions that, you know, are handling large orders and large amounts of money. They literally run programs. They'll say, all right, well, we're gonna run a buy program to get us into the market. And then the program runs. What the program does is it looks at the market and looks at the prices, and when there's a certain amount of volume, boom, places an order automatically. Somebody programmed that. A human being programmed that into the computer, and then it runs. And now you're seeing that in the market. It's, you know, it's so crazy how all of this just starts to make sense when you think about it more. So just think about, if that's the case, what it is that we're actually doing. What we're actually doing is observing whatever the market ends up looking like as far as its movement goes. And that's why you don't have to figure out anything else. You don't got to figure out what trade. See, like people that are trade picking, they're not understanding the market at all. They're basing their trade on the setup of the trade, meaning, all right, the market is here now, it's under the line, I'm gonna sell because it looks like we're in a downtrend. And then that'll be it. Like they're basing their whole decision on, oh, well, the market's moving down, so that's why I sold. But you don't even see what behavior is present right now in the market, do you? If you knew beforehand, the market's not stable. So in other words, if the market ain't stable, then where it is now, it may not be in 10 seconds. Where it is now, it may not be a minute from now. It's unstable, so it's actually going back and forth. Meaning, well, what right now it's moving down, but it might move up too. Well, how you know that? Because it's not stable. See, you start to change your thought process. And because you change your thought process, you change the way that you see trades. After a while, you begin to recognize stability with so much accuracy that you don't even see a trade until the market is stable. No trade matters to you unless the market's stable. No setup makes a difference at all to you unless the market is stable. That's how you start to see the market. When you condition yourself to observe the market so that you can learn what stability looks like, so that you can learn and understand what instability looks like. And it takes you to a whole nother level. And that's exactly what we do. See? Yes?
Give me a piece of his croissant.
So make your own.
I don't know.
Don't tell me you don't know how to make a croissant.
No.
You put it in the oven and make it.
I don't know how many
He doesn't have to give you a piece of his croissant. Go and make your own. Why are you complaining about that?
I don't know what to do.
Dude, get something else. You eating cereal now.
Cereal.
Listen, you can't be all picky and then complaining about somebody not giving you some of theirs. Yes, you are being picky. You just said you don't want cereal. So what you take it down for?
I want cereal, but no, I don't.
Listen, can you not interrupt me when I'm working? You're over here complaining to me about a croissant.
Okay.
That's how you sound right now.
I know.
All right, so go figure it out.
We're the parent though.
What?
We're the parent though.
I'm the parent, but I'm not really doing anything with you with your cereal right now. You a big girl. You can get your own bowl of cereal. You can get your own croissant. If you don't want that, eat the rest of your salad. You talking about you the parent. And you're a big girl. You're not a baby. That's right. You're not a 4-year-old. You're not a 3-year-old.
You guys treat me like that.
No, well, I'm treating you like that. That's how you acting right now. Come on, don't do that. That's not nice. Now, if he did that to you, you would be upset about it. So don't do that to
Well,
him.
I would share.
You wouldn't just share.
I would. I share with everyone.
No, you wouldn't.
See,
You don't always share.
I do always share. Even if I don't want
Juji,
to.
I'm not doing this with you. I just gave you instructions on what to do. If you don't want to do that, go outside and do something else. Those are your choices.
Go outside.
Yeah, if you don't want to be in here, come on, stop. Yes? So go ahead.
Go ahead and do what?
Go and do whatever you're doing.
I'm not doing anything right now.
Ask him to show you how to make one then, even though you know how to make one. Jesus. This little girl, she's spoiled. I'll be right back. You are spoiled. You spoiled rotten. It's my fault. You want to go back and forth about whatever is in your head. And what are you doing with this? What are you doing with this? You put this back if you're not eating this. I don't understand. You're saying you're hungry and you won't eat nothing.
I said I'll eat it.
All right, so eat it. And what's the problem?
There's no problem.
Okay, so don't make a problem out of no problem. Thank you. You sat here and spoke to me for 5 minutes and turned something that's not a problem into a problem. And I said, okay, fine. So make your own or eat that. That's it. I don't want that. All right, so then don't eat it. Sooner you learn how life works, the easier life will be for you. He doesn't have to share his croissant with you. If he decides to, cool. If he don't, keep it moving. Right? So what you do is next time when he asks for something, don't give him none. That's how you handle it.
But I like sharing.
Well, if you like sharing, then just share.
No.
But just know that everybody don't have to share with you. And everybody's not going to share with you. Some people are stingy with their croissants. Right? Instead of just giving us some. Instead of just giving us some. You could have just gave her a piece. She don't need no lesson from you. Yeah, well, why would you do that right now? No, you did that because you ain't want to give her none, and that's it. That is it. Yes, it is. Otherwise, you would have gave her some. Why do y'all talk to me like I don't understand what y'all are talking about and what y'all are doing? She asked you for a piece. Why you ain't just give it to her? Because what? What do you mean that was before? See, you created this monster. That's why she acts like that with you. So that's your lesson. So don't come to me complaining about how she acts. Don't do that. You create your own monsters. I'll say that. And don't come to me, oh, you the parent. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear anything. Hopefully y'all stop talking to me. So you learned your lesson, and hopefully you learned your lesson. Okay? Thank you. Yeah, being all tight with the croissant. Get out of here. That's all right. I'm gonna be tight with my jalapeno chips too. No. I'm gonna show you what it feels like. Oh, can I have some? No. Did you get me some? No. Nope. I don't want to hear it. Nope. Coffee kids in charge. I gotta rename this thing now. But that's what this is. Coffee rugrats in charge. Yeah, that's what y'all are sometimes. Rugrats. What you end up eating, the cereal? I knew you was gonna eat the cereal. That's why I told you to eat that. And put those back. Put those back. Them croissants. I'm talking to him. What you mean let him do it? Yeah, y'all are nuts.
You can't make cereal.
You're funny. Your thing making cereal is cooking.
No, just putting cereal in the bowl.
I cook some cereal. All right, let me look at this market. I'm over here messing with y'all. Did you just push her? Yeah, you did. Come in. Come in. Come here. You be doing them little sneak pushes. Come in. Come in. Stand right here. Stand right here. Come. If I have to get up, you want me to get up, or you want to come here? Come in. Stop sneak pushing her.
I didn't touch it.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You know how
I
to.
did not. She ran into
You know she's gonna tell.
How are you telling for something you did?
If you did it, she's telling.
But I didn't do
Stop
anything.
messing with her.
Oh my gosh.
And then you wonder why she acts like
All
that.
I did was walk.
No, you didn't. You did. You did push her.
I did not.
Because you sneaky. Get out of here.
Look.
I'm about to kick both of y'all out. Yeah, you don't live in the kitchen though. Start putting padlocks on the fridge and on the pantry. Keep it up. I can. Yes, I can.
Do you just want me to drink water?
Yeah, you'll be just drinking water. I'll let you still have some tap water. You can do that. Chandra, what's going on? Lamont, I see you. David Johnson, what's happening? Fitz says today makes my 1 year TA anniversary. Love being a part of TeamAlliance. Came here intending to learn how to trade. Proud to say I've learned the right time to trade. All right. Yeah, I don't have my sound effects right now, but that's Don DeMarco. That's applause. All of that. All of that. Powerful stuff, man. Fitz says, and I'm working on the mindset part more and more and seeing that that is much more important than just learning the process. Appreciate you all greatly. Been changing my whole life for the better. We got to clap it up. That's hard. That's hard, man. Yeah, it this definitely bleeds into everything that you're doing in life because we're dealing with the mindset. 100%. 100%. Yes, indeed. I like what the market is doing right now. Hopefully, it'll continue to do this. You're starting to see a transition, and if it continues with transition, you know what that leads up to ultimately. RCB, and then RCB, of course, could produce an actual trade that sets up for us, and then that'll be the trade that we end up in. 100%. 100%. Yesterday, I think it was, JT. JT sent me a video of it was actually a trade that he ended up in, and the market, the way that the market looked in that video was awesome. So that's another thing that I definitely want you guys to continue to do and to even do more of. If you have observation videos and videos of what you're seeing and how you're looking at the market, definitely send them my way because I think the more that people can see what you're looking at and see how you're observing, it not only helps to keep you accountable, but it also helps them when they see it as well because they can see, just how individuals in the group are growing and developing by seeing what you're looking at. That's why the recordings are so important. I was listening to the podcast I did. Matter of fact, let me tell you the exact day and episode. I was listening to this yesterday, and it's worth me bringing it up because this thing was powerful. Here it is. It was episode 47. Episode 47. The title was Why You Should Not Trade Until You Have Skill. And in the podcast, I was talking about documentation and the purpose of us recording and all of that. And something that I said just stuck in my head, like it's still in my head. I said that you have to document your journey. That is super, super, super important. Super important. And that's why recording is one of the best habits that you can create. When you do that, put one back. You'll be taking all the waters and not putting them back. Matter of fact, pass me one. So put two back. Yep, super important. He said, he said the skinny candles, 2018 vibes. That's funny. That is funny. Let me see if I can. Here you go. This 2018 vibes right here. Jude, you took a water. Take 3 of those and put them back. 3 bottles. 3 bottles. Yeah, this is definitely 2018 right here. That's funny. That is funny. Um, yeah, I like how the market is tightening up though. You can definitely see the market transitioning. Yep. Yes, you can. Jay Carly said, why wouldn't you want to document it though? I don't understand. Even if it's just for you and your team, you don't have to be YouTube famous. For real. I agree. I agree. Yeah, the documentation is super important, man. It is. See, this is another thing too. When you document, you'll be able to go back, like in the future when you look at videos that you did that you had recordings of from a year or two ago. You look back and see how you were seeing the market, and you'll be so surprised because you'll be like, "Damn, I was doing that. I was looking at that because you documented it." That's why I said also when you start recording on your recording, talk. Like speak on the recording. Just talk. Yeah, I'm looking at the market right now. And it ain't there yet. Or I'm looking at the market. It looks like it's transitioning, waiting for it to range, waiting to see some clustering. There's no barrier yet. Oh, the market looks like it's starting to create a barrier. When you record and you observe and you play it back, you're seeing the wave that you're beginning to grow into your elevation of the understanding of the process. It's like an additional training for yourself. And again, it's not just for you, it's for everyone else in the group as well. So it's super important. Super important. Document. Document. Another thing I was saying in that same podcast, even if you lose, I know that people don't want to remember that they lost the trade. But if you recorded it, keep the recording. Don't delete it. That's a part of your journey. Remember that anytime that you have a recording for something that you did, it's something that you did. It's not, oh, look at what the market did to me. No, you decided to take or be in a trade at that time. That was your choice to make for whatever your reason was. Oh, I thought it was stable. It looked like parameters were met. It looked like it was setting up. Blah 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 blah. Whatever the reason was, don't delete that. Don't delete your recordings. Don't delete any of your recordings. Anything that you observed, any trade that you took, whether you won or you lost, keep it because that's super important for your growth. Oh, but Mark, I don't want to be reminded of the loss. You don't, it's not about you being reminded of the loss. It's about you understanding, well, why did you decide at that time to even enter that trade? When you go back and you look back at how the market looked at the time, that your answer is going to be in there. Oh, I see what I did. It won't be, oh, I see what I did. I entered too early or I entered too late. It'll be, I see what I did. I shouldn't even been in that trade at that time. I see what I did. I shouldn't have even been in a trade, period. Look at how the market was looking leading up to that. Market was still moving around too much. You see? You see how you'll grow from that? So by keeping that recording, you'll be able to grow from whatever it is that you did at the time. Because there's even trades that you win. If you, let me tell you something. If you are in a trade and you recorded it and you show it to me and you won, I don't care that you won. I'm looking to see how the market looked and to look at what you were doing and how you reacted to what the market was doing at the time. I'm looking to see what you actually did in the recording. So when you show me your trade that you ended up taking, oh Mark, yeah, this is a trade I took, I'm 3-0. Okay, that's cool. I'm still gonna hold you accountable for what you did though. So even though you won the trade, you still may not have even or may not, what's the word I'm looking for? It's you may have shouldn't have been in the trade. That's what I'm trying to say. You still shouldn't have been in that trade. And I'm just using that as an example. If it's a trade you shouldn't have been in because of how the market looked, even though you took that trade and you won, I'm still gonna tell you that. I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, congrats, man. Yeah, good, good. I'm not patting you on the back because I'm still looking at how the market looked. So whether you won or you lost, you need to understand why. So even if you won the trade, if you're like, yeah, this trade won, but I shouldn't even been in this trade. That's the elevation kicking in. Like, damn, I shouldn't have been in this. Market wasn't really fully stable yet. You see what I'm saying? Versus, oh, well, I won. It's not about the win. It's about the why. So I'm always going to reiterate that. And that's another reason why the recordings are important. So whether you win or you lose your trade, and eventually there's not going to be any more losing trades for you, period. Period. You're not going to be losing. But I'm explaining to you the way that you're going to reach that point. You're going to reach that point through exactly what I'm saying that you have to do. You got to document everything. Every recording, every trade that you are in, you need to be recording all of them. Oh, I forgot to press record. No, don't tell me that. Don't tell me you forgot to press record. And that's how I'm going to keep you accountable. That's how we are going to keep you accountable. Ashton, where'd you send it? Oh, you sent it to me. Okay, I got it. All right, cool. Let me. Oh, and he got a link. Good stuff. So I can copy this and actually put it right here. So I don't have to switch screens. Yeah, I ain't gonna have to switch screens or nothing. All right. Let me move this up here. All right, here we go. All right, so this is the recording that Ashton just sent me. So let's look at this. Let me rewind it. This is the dollar yen. Overall, there is still a bit of movement, but as far as the barrier goes, the barrier was respected there. You were wise for not just entering into that trade because I don't think that there was enough information yet to know whether or not the barrier would be respected. And that's another. See, it's interesting too that you sent me that because someone else sent me a video and they took the trade and the market ended up moving against them. And what I'm explaining is exactly what I'm saying about this. Even though in this example, the market stayed underneath the strike price, but it's the same exact thing that I'm saying in response. You were smart for not entering the trade because, and what I mean is not entering the trade that's set up. You needed more, you needed to see more information about not just the barrier, but you needed to see how much movement was still present. And that's why waiting was better. But in that example, you did get to see how the market gradually makes its way and puts everything in place for it. So is the barrier being formed there? Yes. The barrier was respected right there, right? Um, there wasn't that much of a buffer between the top of the candles and where the strike was, but the movement, of course, the way that it moved down, it presented a setup, but we don't take just setups. And that's why you needed to wait because you needed to see more about what the market was actually doing as far as how much movement was still present. And you saw how much movement was still there. There still was quite a bit of movement still there. So this is why we always wait and we just observe until the market ultimately has everything in place solid. That's why the tools are so powerful because if the market's ranging already, if it's starting to cluster, and when that barrier is in place, when you have all of them in place, that's how you know the market is where it needs to be. So when the market sets up like that with everything already there, that's different. That's an example of the market transitioning into having everything, but there still was too much movement present. And you got to see that. And that's why, I know that you didn't just take that trade because you wanted to observe, like, wait, let me see what's going on here, before I decide to just do anything. So as you condition yourself to be that way more and more, it becomes more like second nature. You don't even have to think about it. Like you really don't. You just do it. You just execute the process just like that. So that was excellent. That was excellent. That was an excellent observation. And it was excellent the fact that you didn't just take that trade. Yep, that was excellent. So that was good. All right, so he has another one. So let's take a look at this one. Now 9:15. What time was the first one? Hold on, let me see something. Let me go back. Wait, how the hell do you go back? This shit is annoying sometimes. 9:15. That was 9:15. So this second one was what time? Oh, this. Oh, you still had the ticket up from the first one. Well, let's see what time this is. What time is this? Let me just let me just watch it, see what goes on. Because you'll probably open up a ticket again here. So I can see the time. It's probably the next binary though. 9:20. Let's see. Yeah, it's the 9:20. All right, so this is the very next binary. Nope. Nope. And I'm saying no, but you know why I'm saying no. Said no for two reasons. And that's another display of excellent discipline on your part. Mm. Look at that. Whoa. Look at that. Man. Ooh, our training is no joke, brother. Wow. Even before we saw what that was, it was no. Very good. Very good, man. Very good. Excellent. Yo, that makes me so happy. That makes me so happy, man. When I see the execution in action like that, that's crazy. Mm, mm, mm. Discipline, man. Woo. Discipline. See, and this is exactly why you don't jump the gun, man. Mm, mm, mm. Um, oh, let me put this up. I like this. I like what Key said. Just like you can create a habit to watch 301, you can create a habit to record. No excuses. Come on, Key. Get him. Get him. So Shawnee said he didn't like it personally. Sadiq said the yen is whack. Shawnee said the yen is wickety, wickety whack. Y'all crazy. Yeah, that was a slap right there, definitely. And in the last few seconds too. But see, again, this is why we have an entire process that we follow, no matter what. Follow the process. Because remember that now mind you, that was just the next binary after the first one that we saw. So you see that the market is transitioning and all of that, right? But if it's in transition, that means it's still not there yet. So that wasn't even an example of the market being unstable. That was just an example of the market not committing to the position it was in. That's what that was, because it was in position, it was pricing, but we know why we wouldn't take that. We know why we would not enter that. Our entire process is like confirmation after confirmation after confirmation. Starts with stability and then it gradually makes its way through the parameters, and the parameters have to meet what we know, confirm what we're doing at the time. So again, our process is a complete process. It's not like we're picking and choosing what part of the process to do. We apply the entire process no matter what. And that's what always protects us from anything that the market may be doing at the time that is not what we needed to do. You understand what I'm saying? So that was an example right there. The market just moved to another position and it did it at the end of the binary. That's it. Yep. Yeah, that definitely was like walking on a tightrope. Exactly. All right, Mo. Walker said Barry wasn't there despite the tight range. Dumb customers had me distracted, so I didn't get to check for parameters, but the ROM was too close to the strike anyway. Bingo. So in other words, it was not even valid. Very good. Shawnee said 99% observation mode. Yep. Yep. So D said he don't even record unless 735 is there. That's funny. He's like, I ain't wasting my time recording if I don't see that RCB. But yeah, man. So yeah, like y'all understand what I'm saying about recording though, and why that's so important. That's the perfect example of why recording is so important, because you got an opportunity right there to see. And look at how our discipline keeps us out of the market when we should not be in the market. Period. Period. That's it. That's it. Somebody without discipline, if they were chasing, right? Somebody chasing would have took that trade. Oh, look at this. You chasing. That means you got to catch the market. You're trying to catch the market. That's what you were doing right there. Market was letting you know that it was not committing to that position. It moved back. It wasn't committed. And because of that, you stayed out. And you see what happened at the very end of the binary. Market decided to move to the other position real quick on you. Slap City. Mm-mm-mm. Good stuff, though, man. That was good. That was excellent. That was excellent. Very good, Ashton. Very good, man. That was good. Yeah, right. Before even seeing the next one. Yep. Yep. Good stuff. That was great, man. That was really good. That was really good, man. I love those recordings. I love that. Mm. See, like I'm so used to seeing what the market does and like knowing it's not even like I'm forecasting what the market is going to do. I see what it's doing. Y'all just saw it. You can see what the market is doing at the time. Until the market is in alignment the way that it should be, we don't do anything. Period. So it never is about, oh, that was a good trade though. We don't care about trades. That's the whole point. Our process is a process. We end up in a winning trade when we apply our process. That's the difference. That's the difference. And that's why we'll consistently win versus what everybody else be doing, which is winning and losing and not understanding why they winning or losing. Come on, our process is the same regardless. That's it. No matter what. Yep. Shawnee, high contract size, the picky I get personally, not about to blow my summer account balance on foolishness. Nah, never gonna blow the balance, period. Because we never gonna do nothing stupid. Yep. Never gonna do nothing stupid. And that's the discipline that you want to have anyway. You know, you want to be disciplined to the point where you're conditioned not to do anything, excuse me, at all, even when it looks good. Like somebody that's not trained will look at setups. Oh, that looked like a good trade. Mark, was that a good trade? Oh, you could have took that trade. It won. I don't care. I don't care. The trade I'm going to end up in is going to win anyway. So why am I going to try to force my way into a trade at a time when the market is not where it needs to be? And I know that. Like y'all understand what I'm saying, right? Like which one makes more sense? I'm gonna flip a coin and hope that I'm right about what I think the market is doing, or I'm gonna be the coin with heads on both sides. When that joint lands, it's gonna land on heads no matter what. I'd rather be the coin with heads on both sides. So I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait, man. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna end up in a winning trade. I'm gonna wait, and the outcome I'm already gonna know before I take the trade. That's it, man. Shiny is funny. He said, I can't afford taking flyers or let's see stuff in the hood. Yep, that's what it is. That's it. We the coin with heads on both sides. Come on. Look at what Jay Carly's saying. How many times have we talked about this? If you wouldn't do something at a high contract level, why would you do it at a low contract level? Mm-mm-mm. Ooh, this is hard. Whoa, that's Don DeMarco. He said, if it ain't worth 100 contracts, it ain't worth one. Ooh, man. Oh man, that's a walk off right there. Damn. Mm-mm-mm. Shawnee says sitting tight in this microwave age is tough. Thank God for TA. That's facts. That's all facts, man. For real. Yep. Mm-mm-mm. About to put these peaches down, man. Can't resist. Cannot resist, man. Mm. You know food about to be good when the juice is good. It's gonna be good. Another thing I love about the market tells you exactly what not to do. Tells you all the time. Market be like, nah, don't do nothing right now. Who's peaches from? This peaches from Fiji or something. This peaches is like robust. Shawnee, stay out my business. What's up, Mr. Ron? Mm-hmm. We live. Yeah, these joints is robust. That's how you know that's how you know it tastes real good. When somebody says robust. So y'all saw at 12:05 the strike price, not the strike price, the the distance of the strikes. It decreased from 4 to 2. So the box is actually smaller now. It's only 2 pips apart versus 4. It does that every day at 12:05. I think it increases to 4 pips at 8:05 in the morning for the New York session, and it lasts for 4 hours. So from 8:05 until 12, it's 4 pips apart. This is on the euro too, matter of fact. I forgot what other markets it's for. I think it's for the Aussie, for the dollar yen. I think that the pound is always 4 pips, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it decreases after the US session. Well, not even after the US session. It decreases at lunchtime. So at 12 o'clock, 12:05 on that next binary, it's only 2 pips apart. So the box becomes smaller. And like I said, the box visually makes everything so much easier to see because just like right now, you see how the candles are moving through the box. If the market is presenting that much movement, you know that it ain't nowhere near where we need it to be. So if you're seeing big candles going through the box, we're not there. Again, just further reasons to remain out of any activity. Yeah, I had to stop eating them. Look what Mr. Ron said. Pause. Pause. I can't even read that, but I hear you. That is funny. He said pregnant pause. Oh, snap. That was funny. Yeah, so market is doing a lot now. It's kind of just moving around, but it'll slow back down again. It'll slow back down. hmm How long we been on here? Hour and a half? That's good. That is good. All right, so y'all know what it is, man. Coffee and charts. Another great episode. I think this is volume 5, if I'm not mistaken. So these are pretty cool too, because they be early in the daytime, like around this time in the morning. It's cool. Get some coffee, do a little observation, you know, eat some peaches, go take a nap. Yes, indeed. Rinse and repeat. So yeah, the podcast I will definitely be doing tomorrow. It's kind of another reason that I've been doing these in the morning, because I know if I don't have the time to do the podcast like in the afternoon, if I come on in the morning, at least we'll get some observation in, and at least have that for the day. But the podcast I should be on tomorrow for sure. Paley says setups are an illusion to get something faster. He said it's an idea in your head, thinking that you can. Thank you.
Yeah.
That you can beat the process when at the end of the day you can't beat what the market wants to ultimately do. Very good. Very good. Yep. All right, cool. They love sending junk mail. Yep, very good, Paley. It's very true too. The LG life, huh? Yeah, I tried, Mr. Brown. On Thursday, what's Thursday, you call it? She said life's real freaking good. No, but we're definitely blessed though. Definitely blessed. Listen, man, I'm telling y'all that like this is another reason too why I try my best to educate people about the NADEX platform and what we're able to do here, because you will position yourself to become financially free. And there's no better time than the present to start that process. Yep. No better time. Well, Melanie, it's my pleasure. She said in the kiddo debates. Definitely my pleasure. Oh, okay. You're doing a live tonight. Got you. Okay. So I want to be like Mark, Freak Mike. Oh man, that's funny. It is. If we want to be like Mark, we got to do what Mark does. That's a fact. Mr. Barnaby, what's going on? You said that there were two reasons why you would not take that trade example you showed in the video. Yeah. Yep. Two reasons. People that, well, everyone in training understands the reasons why. Even if I tell you what the reasons why, it may not really make that much sense to you. because you're not in training with us. So, you know, there's just certain things that you begin to understand eventually, even after you're in training. But basically, the two reasons. The first reason was the market was out of position; it wasn't in position properly. That's number one. And then the second reason is that the market was not stable. The movement wasn't stable. It wasn't there yet. That's it. So this is what I mean about being able to recognize stability. You know, as you observe and study the market, and you have an actual um, blueprint laid out for you to follow. See, this is what separates what we do from what everybody else does. I always try my best to educate people as far as how you can begin to shift your trading results. Even if you don't train with me, in order to shift your results, you have to learn how to stop taking trades and chasing the market. And you have to learn how to observe the market and study the market first. You also have to develop patience and discipline so that you don't act on your impulse to want to trade. When you see a trade set up, whatever your idea or definition of a trade setup might be, when you see that, you have the impulse to want to take the trade. But when there's a disconnect between you seeing your trade setup and whether or not the market is stable, you got a problem, because you could be wanting to take a trade and the time is wrong. If the market's not stable, then that will be the reason that your setup may not win. You understand? So understanding why. The why is, oh, well, the market's not stable. The why is not, oh, well, the market did something, you know, at the end. Yeah, the market did something at the end, but it's just instability present in the market that you were not aware of, or you weren't paying attention to, or you didn't respect. And you have to have respect for that. You can't just go off of your setup. You can't just look at your setup and say, my setup is here, I'm taking this trade. The market has to be stable. And if it's not, then there is no setup. You see, you automatically ignore the setup that you see because you know already that the market's not stable yet. That has to be the discipline that you develop. Mr. Johnson, what's going on? Price didn't move until the last 10 seconds, but before that it was stable. Is it because of instability of the previous strike? No. And the instability you saw before the last 10 seconds. Like, this is what I'm saying. Before we got to the end of the binary, I didn't know what the end of the binary looked like. I was watching it just like you were. But I knew that we would not be in that trade. Even if the trade won, we still wouldn't have been in the trade. And this is what I mean about being able to recognize stability and then having the discipline to only stick to being in your trade when the market's stable. So one, we didn't have a trade because our setup did not validate. Two, we saw that the market was not stable even before the end of the binary. So even if the market didn't move to the top of the strike or above the strike, we still would not have been in that trade. That's the part that I don't think that you're catching. You're not catching that part yet. We wouldn't have been in the trade period. Even if the market didn't go above the line, we still wouldn't have been in that trade. That's the point that I'm making. And that's what I mean about having discipline. Because some people not having discipline would have seen the potential for that And they might have said, oh, look at that, market is slow. Oh, look at that, it's pricing. I'm gonna take that. But if you don't wait to see if the market has the stability that should be there and your setup is validated, if you don't wait for both of them, then you're jumping the gun and you could potentially lose. And that's exactly what happened right there. So somebody that just, wanted to enter into that trade as a setup, if they took that trade, you saw what happened at the end. But we already knew that the market was not stable yet. The market was very close to being stable, but it's not there yet. That's the difference. I've got to look back because to me, it did not move. So you mean too close to the line? Yeah, if there's not sufficient distance away from the line, in addition to how it's moving, those are two no-nos right there. Those are two no-nos for us. Let me say that because I don't know what might be valid to someone else, but I know for us, no. If we don't have sufficient distance and we don't have the movement stable, it's a no-no. Not only that, it's not only about that one binary. Like you got a chance to see two different examples. They almost look the same. The first one had way more movement in it, and the movement actually went in the direction of where it was already positioned under the strike. The movement went down. That was a winner. We didn't take that. Why not? Because the market did not prove that it was stable yet. There still was too much movement. On the second example, you're saying, oh, well, the market didn't move. But it's not just about the market not moving. It's about us seeing that the market is stable and the market also being in position and the market also having everything else that we need to be in alignment, such as distance away. So this is what I mean about having everything in place and the market being in alignment. If there's one piece that's missing out of the process, then we don't do anything. And that's our discipline. But in that example, we already saw that the market was almost stable. Even from the first example, we saw that the market was getting or becoming stable. So if I ask you, either the market stable, from the first example, you're like, yeah, market was pretty stable. Pretty stable is not stable. If you would have responded and said, well, the market is becoming stable, that's not stable either. It's getting there, that's not stable either. By the time we got to the second example, is the market stable? It's almost stable. Again, it's still not stable. So the market shows you, it proves to you that it is or it's not. Your ability to see it, that's the skill. If you're still not seeing it, you just need to elevate your understanding of what you're seeing more. You need to study more. You need to observe more. And I mean, just to be honest, as far as understanding to the degree that we understand things, you got to train with us. Because even when you do train with us, it still takes you time. You're not gonna just learn everything like that. You think that you have it when you see, oh, these are parameters that you're using. Okay, cool. Oh, I got that. Oh, boom, I can start trading now. People mess up with that too because they're still not studying the market. You still have to understand, well, is the market stable? First and foremost, what does stability actually look like? What does the market not do when it's stable? There's certain behavior the market won't do when it is stable. So if you see that the market is still doing that, it's not stable yet. You got to accept that. Oh, but the trade was there. It doesn't matter that the trade was there. If the market's not stable, then the trade that's there doesn't mean anything to us. Discipline. Discipline. He said, I see why you're called Moses. It's crazy. Mr. Devon said, if it wasn't for Mark and TA and the skill, I would have been royally screwed right now fighting the legal battles that are on me. We're trading at 301 over Pete. 301 is my new bun, and I love him. Gotta love it. Don DeMarco. Don DeMarco. All right, good stuff. But that was good. I like when Mr. Barnaby comes on asking questions. He always asks good questions. Yep. Yeah, I definitely appreciate your questions, man. Definitely. Good questions. So hopefully that will be helpful for you and for others. Mr. Ron, the skill allowed me to ask the lawyers what form of payment do you prefer, and the payments are on deck. That's all. She said the bag equals freedom and freedom from stress that someone is trying to put on you. Yes. Got to put that up too. Very good. TA excellence. All right, y'all. So let me get up out of here. So we'll get another episode, live coffee and charge. Like I said, we'll probably be doing the podcast tomorrow. Yeah, more than likely I'll be doing the podcast tomorrow. And we'll go from there. All right, so I appreciate you all for tuning in, as always. And y'all know what it is. Mark Fuller Team Alliance, coffee and charge. Sam, you're welcome.